Last year at this time, MATV, Malden's Media Center, was full of activity and excitement as we reimagined our future and how we can remain relevant and thrive beyond the boundaries of television.
It's time for MATV to update its brand.
It's time to reinvent ourselves.
It's time for MATV to take a step beyond television.
With podcasting, citizen journalism, storytelling, Malden Reads, and arts and culture initiatives. At last year's annual celebration, we presented our plans to rebrand with a new identity and a new name, UMA, Urban Media Arts. Beginning that fall, we held a logo contest and received over 40 entries with creative ways to spell out our new name and represent our new direction. This process helped guide us to what our new logo should look like, and very soon, you will see the final product when we formally change our name to UMA. At this time last fall, we were partnering with the city and exploring the idea of assisting in the managing of the Malden Senior Community Center. We help facilitate community events such as the Diwali celebration by Namaste Malden, a variety of musical events, and our film short series showcasing works by local filmmakers, followed by thoughtful discussion. As a lead partner of Malden Reads, we helped kick off the 10th year of our One City, One Book program at the Malden Senior Center with a vibrant event featuring food, exhibits, performances, and many special activities for all ages. We were making plans for the Malden Reads MATV capstone event, the Mass Memories Roadshow, by teaming up with UMass Boston to archive community photos and gather our community together to celebrate our shared history and individual stories. From a mayoral debate, candidate forums, an election night special, to inauguration night and the State of the City address, we were actively engaging our residents to get involved in their local government and the issues that affect their lives. The arts were celebrated through events such as Art Matters, art visioning events, and artist receptions at our gallery showcasing our local artists. And we reached out to businesses with a creative business networking event held at the new J. Malden Center to focus on ways local businesses can give back to their communities. A brand new podcasting suite was built in response to the wildly popular media format sweeping the nation and the interests of local community members to start their own podcasts. Our citizen journalism program, Neighborhood View, continued to feature stories no one else was writing about. Everything was lively, energetic, and the future was looking bright. Then, on March 13th, everything came to a screeching halt. The coronavirus hit us like a ton of bricks, and we had to shut down the facility and, like everyone else, go into lockdown mode. But we became resilient, and our media center adapted.
Since COVID-19, Neighborhood View has really stepped it up. Our growing team of citizen journalists have been reporting on stories unfolding in our community related to the pandemic. We've had young people interviewing other young people about what it was like to have their lives grind to a halt. How has this pandemic been affecting our schools, our nonprofits, our businesses, and our families? How has the Black Lives Matter movement and the cries for social justice been played out in our community? The stories we've been collecting document and archive this unique time in our city's history.
How does a media center deal with a pandemic? Hell, how does a whole city deal with a pandemic? I mean, there's no playbook about this. So what MATV and the City of Malden have done, they partnered up and we produce with the Mayor's Office a live weekly COVID update show so we can update the citizens of Malden of COVID and all the latest that was happening in our fair city. Also, what was key for this production is the ability to call in live, where the citizens of Malden can call in and ask the mayor and various guests about the update of coronavirus in our city of Malden. Also partnering with the Mayor's Office, being able to cablecast and YouTube stream live the City Council and the school committee was very, very key during this time in our city.
We work with the superintendent and public officials to see how they're talking to residents on accessing resources during this pandemic and how the city is meeting this challenge. We're partnering with the Malden Chamber of Commerce to help them network and to collaborate with webinars on Zoom and upcoming events such as the virtual Taste of Malden.
Our education program transitioned to virtual workshops. We launched an exciting pilot program called Film Building. Working with Tom Flint from Zoom In, Zoom Out, we hatched the idea of an international workshop that brought together kids from Malden, China, and Chile. Together, they created 3 films exploring the theme, what is the opposite of distance? This was truly a groundbreaking program that had young people crossing boundaries of time and distance, making meaningful connections. We then replicated this virtual program format with 15 local students from the Mayor's Youth Summer Employment Program, where they created 3 films about essential workers. There were learning media production skills, collaborative team building, and exploring the importance of these workers in our community.
We have had the most dynamic team of college interns and young people that have stuck with us through this entire pandemic experience. I've worked closely with them to help build their skills, to plug in, help us with our mission, and to really help them see the value of MATV in this transition to UMA. That connection is now more important than ever as we experience a new requirement called social distancing.
The way in which we produce videos have changed, along with the tools that we use to produce them. Earlier this spring, MATV partnered with the Chinese Culture Connection to produce a PSA in which community members, using their own mobile device, spoke out against the anti-Asian backlash caused by the pandemic. Also, our production environment has changed. We have shifted away from the traditional studio setting to the so commonly seen virtual setting.
My name is Josephine Royal. I'm the office manager at MATV. And during the peak of COVID-19, I was doing weekly podcasts mostly aimed at the young at heart. I helped our most senior member, Barbara Tolstrom, do her show, Malden Square, at this podcast. And she had a wonderful time.
COVID-19 presents challenges but also opportunities. We've been experimenting with the virtual format in new and exciting ways. This past summer, we held a virtual art reception for the artist Nicholas Hyacinth, where we showed slideshows of his work, one of his short films, and led a very rich discussion on art, even had a poetry reading. 75 people attended through Zoom, some from as far away as Haiti.
We've also been gathering a team of very talented individuals who are helping us reimagine, rebrand, and then to promote that new identity. We're very excited to be rolling out a new dollar membership model that will allow you to join for as little as $1 or as much as you can afford. This ensures equitable access to all our tools and resources. So stay tuned for before the end of the year. This and other developments will be available.
We are excited about becoming UMA, about evolving our tools and resources in ways that meet the moment. Ultimately, we are about connecting community, using arts, culture, and civic engagement to cross boundaries of age, race, culture, and gender, to make meaningful connections that strengthen our community and the larger world that we are part of. If you've been part of MATV in the past, we look forward to your involvement with UMA, and we welcome everyone else to the UMAverse.